All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the New England Patriots. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Now the rookie out of Georgia, Sony Michel. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Set. 3-19.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Here we go now.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And just like that, it's third down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Let's go. 3-19.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On first down, Dobbs to throw. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Adrian Claiborne, the one who makes the stop.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stuffed him. So now he brings up a third down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put it in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
Out of the gun, Dobbs. Oh, he almost picked him. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the Patriots coming out now. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Here we go.
On second down, Michel. Nifty footwork at the 45. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 22 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now a first carry for Dial Pumphrey. And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Out of the gun now on third down. He may try and run for this. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Goes right side, complete to Gronk. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. They run with Pumphrey, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Detroit. Detroit.
They'll drop the throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A very solid gain of 27. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. On 2nd down, Dobbs. And that's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90.
Now Dobbs. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's ends.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Stephon Tuitt able to drop him for a loss of a couple. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They'll run it here. This is James White. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90.
To throw is Dobbs. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's the fullback. This is Roosevelt Nix. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton, there to swallow him up.
Let's go. White 90. White 90.
throwing here. Dobbs. And that is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it'll be first and goal at the 7-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Dobbs. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's Dobbs to throw. The quick slant caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. He's got a man. Complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll go with the keeper. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. It's their quarterback. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Pats able to cash in for 6.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now Dobbs. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. He'll come out throwing here on first down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
He'll look to throw. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Edelman's first catch, and it's good for a first down. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. And I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to be set up in excellent field position up past the 45.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. White 90. White 90.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Here we go. White 90.
On second down, it's Bell. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That good for 19 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And an alley to run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
His pass caught at the 4. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 10 more there and another first down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here we go. White 90. White 90.
Here's Dobbs to throw. Flushed out right. And the Steelers are in for the touchdown. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw here. He hits White, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Bud Dupree able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, a guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
He'll drop to throw. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The former Bill, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. A good pickup there at 20 yards. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Check 26. Check 26. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
They'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they'll get this down to the 10. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Gostkowski's kick is good. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some. And Dobbs is going to be swallowed up as he'll go down. Dante Hightower in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Ohio!
Out of the gun, Dobbs. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make the play on the football.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Patriots take over. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. They go play action here on first down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll get it down here to the 43. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And his throw here's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Here we go.
Dobbs now on second down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, Dorsett. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And it's a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
It's a quarterback sneak. That he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. The Patriots, of course, famously had a 2-point conversion go against them in the Super Bowl. And now they'll try one here. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
Now he's into the clear. The 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escape, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bud Dupree in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They'll drop the throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Steps away to his left. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. Back to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. Here's a toss coming right. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. They get the conversion. And, Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. And that is incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And that'll bring up second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's Dobbs to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
This is Bell, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, defensively, you got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop it, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game, one of the premier runners in the NFL.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs, eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. They'll come out throwing here on first down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. They'll set up to throw. Looking deep downfield. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team once more. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, He's looking at a game today.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Javon Hargrave in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Detroit! Gun!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. A solid pass breakup that time by Joe Hayden.
Good to see him out there on the field, moving around, playing well. Joe Hayden, if you talk to the NFL guys, when you list the best corners in the game, Joe Hayden's name always comes up for reasons we just saw, just like that.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Dobbs looking to throw on 1st down. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
Dobbs goes underneath for Bell. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Dobbs to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Lawrence Guy with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Dobbs. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown Steelers. Antonio Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them. Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That goes for a gain of 31. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Dobbs. Flushed out right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On 2nd down, Dobbs. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And the Steelers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing here, Dobbs. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. Finding some room at midfield. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Gostkowski with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they will start out in great shape, up very close to midfield.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. In a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic. This is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
Now Dobbs. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Oh, then the spin. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that